Plot that wounded Ortiz unraveled because of many mistakes. Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. APU Alberto Rodriguez Mota had one job: taking a photo of the man that his crew of hired killers was supposed to fatally shoot at an outdoor cafe, according to Dominican authorities. But the lighting was bad. And the target, hours later, on the evening of June 9, the hitman approached a hulking figure in a dark top and white pants and fired a single shot into his back. Instead of killing him, as the former Red Sox slugger lay on the floor of the Dial Bar and Lounge, the hitman's motorcycle driver skidded in a panic and was grabbed by enraged fans, who beat him bloody before handing him over to police. Within an hour of as Ortiz recovers in a Boston hospital, officials say he was the victim not of a bizarre plot against a beloved sports figure but a string of incompetent criminal mishaps that included misidentifying the most famous Dominican in the world, an instantly recognizable 6'3", 250-pound international celebrity. According to the official account, Mota sat down by himself at the bar in Santo Domingo, ordered a beer and waited. When night fell, as Fernandez waited, Rodriguez sat back down and sent the picture to a low-level drug dealer nicknamed Chucky sitting in an overcrowded prison more than 60 miles away. Once Chucky the picture of Fernandez shows him in a black t-shirt sitting at a table with the white cooler blocking the view of his legs. Authorities say this. Shortly afterward, authorities said, the suspected hitman, Ralphie Ferreira, approached Ortiz from behind, fired and then fled on a motorcycle allegedly driven by Eddie Feliz Garca. Minutes later, in the hours that followed, the suspect's demands for payment were refused because they shot the wrong person, according to National Police Director, Major General No. In response, the suspects kidnapped Prez, Chucky's contact outside of prison. They did not release. Officials did not say when Prez was kidnapped, but they noted in documents obtained by the AP that a day after the shooting, he tried to get rid of evidence by selling the iPhone 6 used in the attack. Authorities also, within 3 days of the shooting, authorities had detained 10 suspects, all of whom have been ordered to spend 1 year in preventive prison as the investigation continues. The arrests have helped authorities in the United States file charges in unrelated cases. On Thursday, meanwhile, federal authorities are still looking for the suspected mastermind of the shooting, Victor Hugo Gmez, an associate of Mexico's Gulf Cartel who is wanted on federal charges, including heroin and cocaine possession in an unrelated case in Texas. Dominican officials said he ordered the shooting of his cousin, Fernandez, because he believed he ratted on him to local authorities in a 2011 drug case that led to his imprisonment, where he met a friend of Chucky who also is charged in the Ortiz case. Fernandez, whom authorities say does not have a criminal background, could not be reached for comment. A person who related slideshow the 2019 MLB season provided by M&A.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.